Hello guys, and welcome to a new Arduino tutorial. Until now we learned how we can download, compile, build and install our Arduino IDE from its source code, and we brought it to the latest version, which was at that moment when we were creating the video at the version of 1.811. Later we learned also how we can create for our Arduino shortcuts needed to run our application, like in this case this one right here, and also you can find it in your start menu. Arduino IDE is right there and so on. So that being said, I'm going to run the program now until the program initializes its packages and also prepares everything needs. I'm going to plug my Arduino Uno board. Now that it is plugged, I'm going to open the terminal because we need to check which kind of name gets our board. So for this I'm going to type the message, and as you can see here we have the last part information, which as you can see it is the USB 0 and said device was disconnected, whatever. Now the new full speed USB device number, whatever, it's present here. The last part is important for us, which is this one, which says that the converter now attached it to TTI USB 0, which is in my case the name gave for my board. It could be that your board has a different name. Instead of USB 0 like here, it could be ACM or similar, but this is not important. Important is that you know that you search and find this line like this one right here, exactly like this one, and you will see which name was gave to your board to be recognized. Okay, now that we know, the next thing, you go to tools, and first thing first, the board. As you can see, you will check if it's your Uno, like here it's checked, and of course the port, it should be checked. So this checkbox right here, it should be checked. If not, check it. Once that you check it, then write a code. Like me, I have something right now, and I'm going to verify it. So this means I'm going to compile this sketch and see if we have some errors. As you can see, we have no errors, which is good, which is fine. And now we are going to upload it to our Uno board, and as you can see we have a problem. It says AVR dude says that cannot open the device dev TTI USB 0 because we have no permission. Okay, for this I'm going to close the Arduino, and probably short fix will be if you type something like this, sudo usermod, and then -a minus uppercase G dialog, and then of course your username. Now I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to provide my password. As you can see, says the group dialog does not exist. Don't be scared about it, because you need to create it. So we are not going to create this dialog group. Why? I'm going to move a little bit into the working directory of the Arduino, which we were creating in the last videos. So I'm going to do change directory to programs. Next will be Arduino, next will be build, next will be the Linux, and of course the next one will be the dist. And I have I typed something wrong, so let me go back. Programs, Arduino, and build, and Linux. And here we need to, sorry guys, we need to go inside working directory, so work. Now I'm going to clean everything, I'm going to list it, and as you can see we have a lot of files and folders here, libraries and so on, the install script. The next thing which we need, it is the Arduino Linux setup script. So this script we need to execute it, because this is the file which takes care about some privileges like sudo things, which takes care about those permissions and so on, and also creates a group for you and a lot of other things. If you really need to know what kind of things happens on the hood, you just need to type cat Arduino -Linux setup, okay? And then you see here it is the whole thing which the script does. We are not interested in this part, we are only interested to run it. So for this you need to type sudo, and then you need to type that Arduino -Linux setup. Now if you hit enter, it will not work because it needs your username. Watch, I'm going to hit enter and says run it again, but this time with your username. So this means we are going to do something like this: sudo Arduino -Linux setup.sh, and we are not going to, I can provide my name, Michael, because it's my name, or you can do the same thing which says here, because this thing right here, the $sign and the user in uppercase form takes care for your username. Like in this case, we are going to use now this command right here. So I'm going to hit enter, and says the username is not the right one. Please, why? It should recognize it. Whatever. Let's use Michael. Okay, Michael. It should work. I'm not sure why it's not working. The username is not the right one. Please double check it. Okay, this is kind of strange thing here, because it should work and the username is my name. Strange. Let me do it without sudo, which I think is bad. Arduino -Linux on day, and then of course I'm going to use again the same thing, dollar and the user, hit enter, and works fine. But of course at some point it probably doesn't work. And see that it's removing my modem manager, which means that it needs a reboot. We will see exactly. So I notice now that we don't need sudo for this. Now said that I need to reboot my system. I'm not going to reboot it. I'm going to see if there are some changes without rebooting, because if I need to reboot, I need to stop the video and then provide another one. So let's see what happens. Preparing boards, starting, and of course it's running. Now double check again, tools, the board is there, and the USB TTI USB 0 is checked. Okay, so this means I don't need to compile a program which I already compiled. I'm trying to upload it and see what happens, and done uploading. As you can see, works fine even if I didn't reboot, which means at this point my program works fine. And of course I uploaded 2562 bytes of the program storage. It is now occupied. So that being said, this is what you need to get Arduino done, from compiling it until recognizing your board and running with no problem. So that means if you need something special about this, or if you need some important things, now watch, I got something here, updates, which is important. I'm going to do it now. Libraries, let's see, I click on library. So you need to wait for a couple seconds to open its updater or the update manager for the Arduino. I think it should come out. Yes, it is library manager. It's coming, it is here, as you can see, and updating the list. Okay, this is good. This wasn't I wasn't planning for something like this, but it is here. You see it now. You know how, and you know that it works even with when some new updates. Now, as you can see here, we have two things which we can update. So I'm going to click on update, and also this one right here. After now, I'm installing it and updating all those two new updates, which is fine. And now our Arduino IDE it's up to date to its newest important things which were provided from the manufacturers and from the developers of Arduino. That being said, thank you guys for watching. If you like it, please subscribe, share with your friends and neighbors, and until next time, see you guys.